Taylor, can you tell me what innovation enablement actually is?
Yeah, of course. Innovation enablement is essentially Delve's offering focused on helping our clients develop innovative organizations, teams, and leaders. So, Delve has several decades of experience helping clients develop innovative products and services. And innovation enablement focuses on helping clients develop innovative organizations, teams, and leaders.
Could you tell me how I might know that my business actually needs innovation enablement?
In 2022, we published an original research report that highlighted the failure modes of innovation that are present in some organizations. And we highlighted the research essentially discovered that 5 failure modes are most present. Things that you might be noticing or even saying out loud. Things like, we have a lot of ideas, but they don't end up going anywhere. If you're noticing that or you're hearing that around, that's definitely a signal that there might be something in the way of obviously those ideas progressing into something valuable for the organization. If you feel like the organization is moving more slowly in general than you would like, we sometimes call that organizational inertia. So if the company has grown or is already kind of a larger, maybe legacy organization, and it just moves a lot more slowly than it would like to, and maybe competitors are starting to move faster, innovation enablement is a great way to try to unlock that speed that can be there if room is made for it. And the last thing I would say is some of the clients that we've talked to and work with highlight this desire to transition potentially their organizational or brand identity from maybe a fast follower or a potentially slower moving organization where maybe that's been their niche, that's been a successful place, but maybe things are changing and they're finding that in order to stay competitive or just simply to reinvent themselves, they want to become the pioneer. And they ask, what would it take for us to transition into that we're the pioneer of the industry posture? And that's another place where having a conversation and kind of exploring how to unlock that would be a great time to talk.
How can innovation enablement help organizations to identify and capitalize on new opportunities?
We spent a lot of the last year or so developing, refining, and validating this framework that basically highlights the ingredients that are either present or not present in an organization that enable or stifle innovation. First is the organization level, and essentially what ingredients are present or not present. These are things like organizational processes. How does information flow through the organization? Is there a unifying vision and purpose for the company and why innovation matters and what innovation is in service to fundamentally? So again, organization, basically what's true for everyone in the organization. And then the second level is the team level. So whether these are project teams or product teams, what are the ingredients that are present or not present for a given team? And that helps us identify, if there are some teams that are doing incredible innovation work, they're being, prolific and coming out with new things all the time. We can see what those teams might be doing differently. And it helps us identify, okay, we need to lean more into whatever these teams are doing. And that is a great way to identify where not just what's not working, but also what's working. And then lastly, the individual level is essentially what's true for an individual person, but might vary from person to person. That really helps us understand the incredible kind of assets that a company has for innovation and how we might unlock those individual talents and competencies and also mindsets and attitudes, things like comfort with ambiguity and resourcefulness and things like that. As far as capitalize, once we run that assessment, then we have an understanding of where the highest value interventions are going to be, where the highest value work to be done is, where potentially a low to medium effort or change could have a medium to high effect on an organization's innovation results and outcomes. So that capitalized step is really the question of what happens next. And that's where we get to leverage all of Delve to bring in our experts on a variety of things, from strategy to design, engineering, research, etc., to help shift some of the ingredients that we use to understand how an organization is operating.
Awesome. So it sounds like we don't just discover the problem or where the greatness is, but we also help enable it in a very deep dive, thought out way. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and I think something that we would want to avoid and that we don't like doing is just kind of coming in without really understanding what's going on. There's no one answer to what an innovation culture looks like. There's no one answer to how innovation should operate inside an organization. So our goal is to be really almost custom and sensitive to what an individual organization needs and what works inside that organization.